Greetings! So improvement is always a hot topic in the OS community, despite how casual the game seems at first glance from outside. Maybe it has to do with us weebs thinking we are the protagonist of our own anime, when in fact we are just clicking circles to, questionable songs. Regardless, there are countless videos on improvement on YouTube that may or may not be better than this one, but as we all know, every time a new player creates their account, the first thing they do is they take their pilgrimage to r/osugame to ask how to improve in this game. So, maybe by sheer numbers, we will get through. For those of you who enjoy the game without any kind of tryharding, please understand that for some people, improving and getting better and better scores is the neuron activation. Besides, I will have a surprise for you in an upcoming video. Intro is over, let's get into the meat of the bone of this video. Number 1. Stop tryharding if you cannot focus. This is probably the most common mistake almost everyone makes, regardless of the skill level. When a player is focusing on improvement, it is natural to tryhard things which are beyond your comfort zone. Just remember to play maps slightly above your skill level if your main focus is improvement. If you do that while you are in a focused state, improvement will come naturally. Focused or flow state is not just a butt-clenching, vein-popping, Super Saiyan God mode activation type of playing, but it is also the state when you kind of flow through the map, not really noticing the passage of time or anything other than clicking circles, really. Have you ever felt like you didn't even notice the hard part of the map, only after you have hit it perfectly? Well, congratulations, you have entered the flow state. However, playing for extended periods of time will make it more and more difficult to enter this state, especially if you are tryharding something that makes you frustrated. In this case, you are making several mistakes, damaging your setup's health, getting mental blocks, learning bad habits, and so on. However, some people may play better when frustrated, but keep in mind, it is a double-edged sword, even if you are that type of player. And if you feel like your performance worsens when you, then you are probably not that type of player. Number 2. Warm up, at least your hands. This point may not be as applicable to everyone as it is for certain people, but you should probably assume it is, since it's better to spend a little extra time warming up for a play session than to get this. The importance of warming up has two aspects. One is the physical that everyone knows. You warm up your hand, you get comfortable playing, your hands don't disintegrate on the first stream, you get the idea. There are many resources on how to warm up your hands before play sessions like Dr. Levi's channel. I'm pretty sure most those players who were around a couple of years back need no introduction to the doc, but new players who joined recently probably have no clue, so it's better to shill him a little bit. Personally, back in the days, I used to watch an episode of whatever anime I was watching at the time and use that time to warm up. The second and perhaps less known aspect of warming up is the mental one. I don't mean like non-physical skills like reading, oh no. I mean mentally preparing yourself for your play session. Warming up can be like a ritual which will put your mindset in the right place to set all the best PP scores and underrated flex scores your heart desires. Improvement is a gradual process that happens through continued good habits. By having a physical and mental head start in that regard, you are much more likely to reach your improvement goals. Number 3. Move outside your comfort zone. I have touched upon this in the first point, but I think this needs to be fleshed out a little bit more. I know it can be scary, but there is a world of wonders outside your comfort zone. Although, we really need to emphasize that you only need to take one step outside your comfort zone. Some people take it a little too far, like those 6 and 7 digits who warm up with 9-star maps and exit their comfort zone's atmosphere. So, what is this comfort zone anyway? Well, if you feel like there is not much to improve on your play on the maps that you play, you are probably playing within your comfort zone. At that point, if you want to improve, you should move on to more difficult maps. Have you ever had a feeling that you were scared of 6-star maps or setting a 300 PP score? If not, just substitute some other milestone that you are close to. This milestone effect can lock you into a comfort zone. How? By making you perceive the difficulty difference of the milestone and your own level to be much greater than it actually is. But be not afraid. Thrust yourself beyond your limits, and you will look back months later thinking, wow, I used to be so scared of this play. How silly of me. However, many people nowadays have the complete opposite issue. Number 4. Don't play maps where you don't even know what the hell is going on. This tip has been told by pretty much everyone at this point, but it is so widespread that it must be repeated over and over again in every single improvement video, in every single improvement post on Reddit, in every single conversation of your life. From what I have noticed, you're either one type of a player or the complete opposite in this regard. So one player just cannot move beyond their comfort zone, and the other is just a type that don't even have a comfort zone. If you play super hard maps all the time, you might say, but Velito, 9-star maps are my comfort zone. But a short glance at the accuracy bar will tell you otherwise, because there is nothing they could ace. These types of players simply don't have a comfort zone. Easy maps are too difficult for them because it's too boring, so I cannot concentrate and I cannot FC, and the actual difficult maps that they feel like their comfort zone is just, no. That is why the solution to this problem is to create a comfort zone. Play progressively easier maps until you notice that you can consistently full combo them with high accuracy. You might ask, what percentage is high accuracy exactly? Well, that depends on the map, the overall difficulty, the rhythm complexity, and so on. If it's a run-of-the-mill farm map, then 99% can be considered to be good accuracy. If it is a rhythmically complex, high overall difficulty map, then 95% is already decent. But we all know which one you will pick, you dirty filthy farmer. Whichever the case, you don't need to use hard goalposts. Just improve compared to yourself. It is a lot more rewarding that way. Number 5. Become part of the community. We have all been there, came for the animated is, and stayed for the friends we made along the way. And the animated is. Joking aside, becoming a part of the community will lengthen your OS lifespan, by which I mean you won't quit after 6 months when the game becomes boring, and there is no point tryharding. I remember the point when I was more excited to log on to engage with my friends than to actually play. I still played a lot, I mean, that linked us together, besides our love for massive anime boobas, but without my friends on OS, I don't think I would have stayed for as long as I have. Jesus Christ, what? Disclaimer, don't try to become friends with the whole community. Just because someone shares your passion doesn't mean that they must be a good person. So learn to filter out the toxic people and try to cultivate a friend group rather than to become a relevant person in the community at large. Also, if you are trying to join a friend group, a Discord, or any part of the community, please for the love of God watch my Guide to the OS community video. But anyhow, there is nothing wrong with not engaging with anybody in the OS community. Going full hermit mode is perfectly okay if that's how you want to enjoy the game. Yeah, alone, isolated from the world, never being heard, never being understood. Finding a rival is also a great way to improve. Having someone who progresses nearly at the same rate as you is reassuring when you think you have hit a wall or something. You can just snipe some of their scores and get back your confidence. The problem comes when your rival quits, doesn't improve, or improves too fast. So be prepared to get a new rival if you are that kind of competitive person. It's not for everyone, I know, so it's not a must-have, but if you are a competitive person, you probably need one. Number 6. Sometimes less is more. You don't have to play 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 52 weeks a month, etc. An hour of hyper-focused, flow-state, giga-galaxy, chat brain gaming is much more effective than grinding 10 hours a day. If you feel like playing OS is a chore, and you would rather watch paint dry or worse, my content, then it is time to stop for the day, or for the week, or maybe even take a month off. Just get your drive back, because if you stop having fun while clicking circles, then your improvement will suffer greatly as well. If you feel like you have hit a wall, it's better to just take a break than to, grind ungodly amounts of hours into the game. Ideally though, you would switch up your play sessions so you would do stuff that are genuinely enjoyable to you, and go back to tryharding improvement once you get your Determination. Back. Oh god. I feel kind of dirty for making that joke. It's 2021, can we make Undertale jokes again? Has it stopped being cringe? I don't know, man. And lastly, number 7. Fail faster. Failing faster is something that's true pretty much in every field of life. For the context of OS, this means realizing your affinity to things, focusing on your strengths, and polishing up your weaknesses. Failing faster means not spending years upon years improving a playstyle that you cannot seem to get better at, while neglecting the ones that you can. Maybe you really want to become a speed player because it's so cool. But after thousands of hours you still can't break the 240 BPM death stream barrier. Or maybe you want to become an R11 player, but every time you take a couple of days off, you just forget how to. Don't get me wrong, you should absolutely try to improve your weak points. Just don't make them your primary focus, as it will be frustrating, ineffective, and not fun in general. So if you occasionally try to improve your weakest skill and you manage to get a halfway decent score compared to yourself, that's gonna feel great. But now, if you try hard that all the time with barely any results, that's gonna feel bad. Keeping up the constant positive feedback loop and maintaining your enjoyment of the game is pretty much the most important thing when it comes to improvement. But not as important as smashing that like, subscribe. So, what do you guys think? Did you find any of these tips useful? Do you have any tips of your own? Feel free to comment down below.